All right, Hogs. So for whatever reason, I did a hour-long part 4 video session of these plays, and Zoom did not save it. So pretty much wasted an hour of my life trying to do these videos, and it never saved. Now, obviously, it's not a waste. I'm doing it for you guys, but I really wish it would have saved. So I'm gonna remake it. I had to just step away and collect myself, do a couple other things around the house to try to not be as frustrated about it not saving my video. But I'm back. It's not going to be nearly as long, partly because I've already watched the film before, and just because I can't spend that much time on a video again. So it might be a half an hour, maybe 20 minutes. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to talk pretty quick through each position here. There's pretty common things. It should go by pretty quick. So watch the play here. Okay, this one is a jumbo play. We're supposed to be running dive to the left. So it should have been a base, should be a base, chip, working up to backer, base, chip, working up to backer, and base. Okay, watching Carson. Carson, you should be out on the outside backer. I circled your feet because your feet are way too close together. You don't get your second step in the ground. You're way too high. You need to get your second step in the ground and have your play side arm free. Okay, your feet are way too close together, and see how he stonewalls you. You're way too high. This is not good for you. Okay. Owen, you should be going out to that 4 technique, taking him over. Carson, look at Ben Witt's feet. This is what your feet should look like on that chip block. 1, 2, get the second step in the ground right there. Okay, giving Pacer room to take over the block. Okay, Ben, keep watching you. You come off square on the linebacker. That's exactly how it should look. Very nice. Okay, that's a good chip block right there. Pacer. Okay, you shuffle. A common thing for all of your for your base blocks is that you shuffle your feet and both your feet leave the ground, just like that. It's a common theme for each one. If you go watch each base block, you do that, and it gets you in trouble later on where you get too far, and the defensive lineman is able to come inside, and you're not able to redirect because you skip your feet. It should be 2 steps. It should go 1, 2 in the ground. You're also too high. That's another common theme. That's a common theme for everybody, is that we're too high. We're not on numbers. Our butts aren't down. We're standing up too high. We're on shoulder pads. And that's why we really don't get any movement. But I do like how you get square here. Make sure you maintain your leverage. And what helps you do that is by staying low. Okay. Vinji. Okay. Your second step is too slow consistently on your chip block. You're also too high. You don't get a great punch into this guy. Help Rife out to take him over, but you do get going to your backer. But you leave a little bit too early, okay? Leave a little bit too early. Let's try to help out with this double team a little bit more. But I do like how you're working up to your backer. Rife, this is very nice. Okay, I like your nice wide base. You get your head to the play side number. You're too high, though. I want your head down on the number, not up on the shoulder pad. That's the bad thing about it. Okay, and you're running your feet. Keep them nice and big and square, right? That's the first play. Going to the second play. Okay, here we're running trap to the right, I believe. Nope, we're running counter. Okay, so we're going to watch Vinji here. Vinji, on this man block, you want to step with your inside foot first. Get your head on the inside, okay, and then drive him straight off the ball. You're too high and you don't get your hands inside here. You do get some movement, but against a 260-pound defensive end, you're not going to win that battle. Okay. You need to get your hands inside. You need to get lower. Okay. Make sure you're lower. I should see you underneath his shoulder pads, not the other way around, but you do drive him out. You do take him where he wants to go. So that's good. But step with that inside foot first. So if he does decide to slant inside, you can wash him down the line. You can join this wall right here. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Pacer, when you're with your down blocks, you just pivot this foot. You don't take a step. at a 45-degree angle, you just pivot and you don't get on the hip. There's one play where you do get on the hip and it works out very nicely for you. But all the other times you're up on the shoulder and you don't get any movement. Okay. You don't throw them over into the center's gap fast enough. Okay. So we'll watch it, see how you pivot on that foot. You're up on the shoulder and you're not on the hip. So we don't get any movement. Okay. We don't have a nice tight double team. You do get him pushed over a little bit. See right there, that's fine. You stay on this too long. Once he's over, then you need to work back to this linebacker, which you end up doing, but it's a little too late. Okay, you push right there. Now is when you should be going, because you need to stay on your 45-degree track. Notice your track kind of does this and then back. You need to run through the hip. And if you need to turn around to get the linebacker, then you can. Okay, but don't bend it so far like this. Okay, run through the hip, get off right now. But you stay on it way too late. You see how your track bent like that. We don't want that. Run through the hip. Reset. Go into bend. Okay, your steps are good, but you're too high. Get underneath them. You're too high here. You're typically pretty good at this, but this one you're just way too high. Too high on that one. You do throw them into your gap, which is nice, but you need to run your feet. See how your feet are stuck in the hole here? And this is Pacer's fault too. Okay, he needs to do a better job. But see, when your feet are not moving and we don't get good movement, we trip up our running back here. Okay, he actually trips on your foot, so we need to get out of the hole. Okay, Owen, you do a nice job here. Okay, you're getting out to outside backer. Oh boy. You get out to the outside backer, you keep your lane tight or you keep your path tight and you banana out. You get your head down on the hip, just like that. That's perfect. Okay, right there. That's exactly how it should look. Everyone, that's how it should look. And then you wheel them out. Okay, so if the running back does decide to run that hole, we're good. Okay, Carson, you need to step down way harder. You need to be hip to hip with the center. You should be way down here. Okay, you do wheel and seal him here, but you need to join the wall. You need to join this wall. That's where we need to see you. Okay, just like this. Now you're part of the wall, but you need to get there right away. All in all, this is a pretty good play for us. Okay, Rife, I'm going to talk about you. Rife, you need to be ready to make contact in the hole. You need to keep it tighter. You need to keep it tighter, and you need to be ready to make contact in this hole. Okay, you're way too high. Look where you make contact. You're shoulder to shoulder right here. This is not good. You need to have your head right down in the middle of his breastplate. Okay, I do like how you have wide feet here on contact, but you need to have your head right in the middle of the breastplate. The second thing is that you're too wide. You need to get tight. Okay, you need to stay tight to this wall because good linebackers are going to stay tight to the wall. Okay, and you need to meet him here. And notice if you stay tight to this wall and you block him out, boom, running back's going to go for a lot of yards because running backs are taught to run it tight in the A gap, which our running backs do a very nice job of doing that. Okay, they're experienced. They know where to run the ball. But if you keep this tight and block them out, we got a nice little crease here. They only need a yard. They only need a yard of space to run through the hole. Okay, Peyton's a little smaller, so he actually probably needs less than that. So all we need is to create that little bit of space, keeping things tight, and we're gonna have a good play. Okay. Back it up. All right, here we go. We're running sweep. Charlton, you skip with your feet. Notice how you skip, and I know it's still part of your motion here, but you need to settle your feet, like chop your feet. Actually stop and chop your feet so you don't skip to your guy that you're blocking. Okay, you need to settle your feet, and you need to do our same bucket step and then get on our 45-degree track and start gator walking towards this guy, going in to out like I taught you. Okay, and you've been doing a nice job of that. Okay, first week you would have gotten way outside here, but this is a nice job. We're staying more into out, so we're able to catch this guy when he tries to cheat inside, and you do a nice job, but make sure you keep your leverage. Okay, Vinci, The H-backs need to yell, hey, Vinji, or whoever the tackle is on that play side, if they're motioning like this, they need to say pat, 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 or I'm coming. So they know that they're going to end up on your right hip and that they're going to take care of your outside gap. So this should be a chip block, and that should be a scoop block. So you should be taking your chip steps and getting on your angle and going at a 45-degree. Okay. But in terms of doing a scoop block here, Vinji, this is pretty good. I really like your steps. Okay, you take that bucket step and then you work out to that outside backer. Those are good steps. But we should be doing a chip block. Pacer, this play gets messed up because of you. Because you don't get good pull, you don't get good push on the line of scrimmage just because you're too high. You're way too high. Okay, look where you make contact. Your head's on the shoulder, should be down at the number. Okay, your butt should be back, and you should be driving this guy at a 45-degree. Since you're so high, you get pushed back into the backfield. Okay, you get pushed back in the backfield. We want to try to run the ball. The running back wants to run it at a 45-degree right off tackle. But notice he can't do that because your butt's in the way. Your butt is in the way because you're too high and you're getting pushed back into the backfield. So what he has to do is that he has to bow around you, which allows linebackers to get there and to make a tackle. Okay. Ben Witt also doesn't help because he's too vertical on his chip block. He needs to get on his 45-degree. I'll show that right now. Okay. Notice he hangs here too much. He gets too vertical before he gets on his path. He needs to stay on his path, and whatever he can give, even if it's just a hand shove there, that's what he needs to do because he's too late to getting to the linebacker. That little vertical movement right there makes it really hard for him to get off and go block this linebacker. So Ben, make sure even on a chip block, on a sweep play, make sure that you're still getting on your 45-degree angle, giving as much help as you can, but we got to make sure we can at least try to get in front of him, in front of this guy, if he triggers like this, okay? Owen, you do a nice job with your step and getting your head across and maintaining that block, that reach block. You do a very nice job. All tackles, all backside tackles on sweep, toss, and jet, you can leave the backside defensive end. Now, if he's in a 3 technique, if he's in your gap, you have to scoop him because he can still run the play down. But in a 4 technique and a 5 technique, you can rip up inside and go immediately to the linebacker. Sorry, that's a bad angle. You should be going this way to try to go cut him off. Okay, so don't worry about a 4 or 5. If you're on the backside, go cut off the linebacker on sweep, jet, and toss. Okay. So that's that play. Go to the next one. This must be trap based off these drawings that I did before. Yep, it is. Okay, let's watch it. We're gonna watch Vinji first. I like your steps, Vinji. Vinji, your rip release steps are really nice here. You step flat. Your second step, you stack your feet. Okay, you're too high though. Sweep the grass as you're going up to this backer. You go to the wrong backer. You need to really keep that tight and get up to that backer. Okay, play side backer. That's who you need to go to. But your steps are pretty good. Pacer, once again, you don't gain ground with your step. You don't get on the hip. You're too high. We don't get any movement in here, which messes up the play. I'll show you right here. You're up on the shoulder. It takes us forever to throw this guy over into the gap. Okay, we get stalemated and we don't get any movement. And that's because you're not on the hip. Okay. Ben, your 2 steps are great. I see you working to try to throw this guy into your gap. Pacer's not helping you, so we're not getting any movement. Okay, so that's also on Pacer. Owen, still, you have to go to the 4 technique. Okay. I spent a lot of time on this the last time I recorded this. You need to stay tight to the wall. Let's look at the wall. Okay, here's the wall right here. You need to have your head right here, and you attack any part of this body of this guy, of this defender. You need to peel him off of the tackle. You need to peel him off of Vinji. All right, he's staying nice and tight and squeezing. You need to put your head right on his hip, even though it's his outside hip and not his inside. And you need to peel this guy off that block. You need to go attack him and peel him off the block. You are going for the 4 technique. We're not going to worry about this guy. Okay, you need to go attack your 4 technique. And if he slants inside or if he disappears, then you're going to just stay on your track and work up to that linebacker. Okay, you're going to keep tight to the wall. You're never going to come out here on trap. You're going to stay tight to the wall and either attack the outside hip of the 4 technique, or if he slants inside across Vinji's face, where you can't get to him, then you're just going to keep going on your track up to the next level and block the next jersey. But we have to keep it tight. Okay. Back here, we need to wheel and seal. You need to step down hard. Charlton, you need to step down hard. Okay, we're doing like a scoop block on the backside. We should not be doing this. It's a wheel and seal. You should be shuffling down hard and blocking back. You should be following him, going down hard, getting hip to hip and blocking back. Okay, it shouldn't be the scoop block. All right, it should be you guys joining this wall right here. That's what it should look like. Okay, so let's look at big picture here. So notice, Owen, this 4 technique is going to come off at some point. At some point, he has to come off of our tackle. And this should be you right here. That should be you spearing his hip and getting him out of the way. Like I said, our A-backs are taught to keep it tight, and they will hug that wall, and they will run it tight. So we need to do our job and stay tight to the wall as well. And if we do our job and we spear this guy and we get a little bit of a crease, we get a better push block from our guard, and we get a little bit of movement, look how this hole opens up. Look how that hole opens up. Okay, that's where we want to run the ball, right there. But because we don't get a good push block, because we don't get a good kick out block, this play is dead. Okay, it's the little things that kill us, guys. I probably said that about 27 times the first time I recorded this. All these little things add up and they kill us. They kill the play. Not taking the right steps, not having the right pad level, not staying tight to the wall. All of these things kill us. Okay, here's the next play. Okay, we're running power to the left. Okay, we'll start with this. This is a very nice block. The only thing is that he's not on the hip. Okay, I love his step. He takes a 45-degree step. He bananas. I like him to be even a little bit tighter. You need to get your head down on the hip. You should not be engaging with your hands. You should be engaging with your shoulder and that flipper arm, that chicken wing arm. Your left arm should be a chicken wing. But I love your wide base and your demeanor. I love how you drive this guy inside to out. That's excellent. Look how this hole opens up because he gets movement. That's excellent. Okay, I love the aggressiveness. Okay, Carson, on this man block, yes, you should take a step with your inside foot first. Exactly. Okay, and notice what happens when he slants inside. We can wash him down. You step with that inside foot, you see him trying to slant across your face, wash him down. Wash him down the line of scrimmage, join this wall. That's what we're trying to do. Join the wall. So that's an excellent job, Carson, with what you're doing right here. You got your head in the right spot. You're a little high, should be down on the number. Okay, but you're going to try to wash him past the center. So this is a very nice job here. Owen, okay, you step backwards instead of attacking on that push block there. Step at the nose guard. Step at him, not backwards. Okay, that first step is backwards. Step at him. But notice Pacer, he gets his hands on the hip, and notice what happens. He gets some lateral movement there. Okay, it could be more, but at least he's got his hands down on the hip. And same thing, Owen, we stay on it a little bit too long, but after that, we need to come back and try to block this linebacker and push him past the hole. Okay. So after you get this guy over into the center's gap, then come back. Now come back. Okay. Ben, you don't take any steps here. Your steps are not good. Okay. You need to make sure 1 step, 2 step to the crotch. As you can see, I already drew that from the last time. 1, 2, get it down and start turning him into your gap. But you didn't take any steps there, which is not good. It should go 1, 2, get your steps down. Pacer, I spent a long time explaining this. You need to take the first open window. Right now, with where you're at, this is not an open window. This is not an open window. A linebacker is not going to run into that. I know you don't play linebacker, but we got to think like a linebacker. No good linebacker is going to try to run through this. This is a closed window, closed. So don't stick your head in it. You need to keep bouncing to the first open window and run through it. There is an example later on that I will show you where Owen runs through an open window and is a wrecking ball. Do not run through this. This is a closed window. Keep on bouncing because that's where the linebacker is going to be. Okay, this is a learning opportunity. See, closed window, bounce out to the open window. And that's the guy that you would block right there. And if we kept, you're keeping it tight, which is good. But if we kept it even tighter and our running back keeps it tight, okay, this would be you right there. Here's the wall. And the ball would be right inside there. That's what we're looking for. Okay. So with this man block, you need to understand for power and counter, if he just bases you, we can run the ball inside. But if he slants in, we'll wash him down and then we'll run the ball outside you. Okay, there's two ways where that play can go. Next one. All right, we're running, what is this? We're running dive cap. So Vinji basing out, Pacer basing out, chip to play side backer, base, chip to play side backer. Okay. And then our H back is cutting all the way back and kicking out the first person outside the tackle. Okay. Let's watch Vinji. Vinji, you step out, don't turn, stay square, shuffle square, Vinji, shuffle square, and then go attack the play side number. You're too high. Look at that. I mean, it's everyone. Too high, need to be down on the number. We're not getting any movement here because you're too high. Pacer, you take your shuffle step. You see how you hop? You hop. You don't even have your feet on the ground when you make contact. You have to eliminate that hop. Okay, that's going to kill you. And notice because you hop, you get too far over and he's able to fall inside, which is not good. Okay, needs to go 1 step, 2 step in the ground, and now you're driving in vertical. 1 step, 2 step, driving vertical. Do not hop. Okay, looking at Ben Witt, your steps are awesome. 1, 2. Okay, picture perfect chip block demeanor right there. Okay. Then he's off on the backer and he's trying to get square on the backer. And that's exactly what we need to do. Notice he's trying to get his head across to the play side number. That's beautiful. Okay, looking at Owen. Owen, shuffle step. Go 1, 2, shuffle step, and then get your head on the play side number, which you do a nice job here. Nice and square. This is awesome. I love it. Okay. Going to Carson. Chip block, 1, 2. You're too slow with your second step, Carson. And that's a common theme that I see. 1, 2, get that second step on the down in the ground. Look at Ben. That's the way it should look. Should go 1, 2, get it in the ground because when you make contact, this foot's off the ground, which is not good. Get it down in the ground. 1, 2. But I do like how you're working up to your backer. That's very nice. I like that. Okay. And then H's. On this cap block, when it's dive cap, you are turning and running as fast as you can, as tight as you can to the wall, staying nice and tight, and then kicking out the first person outside the tackle. Notice that we don't want to skip. Don't skip, turn and run, because notice how slow you are. You get in the way of the running back. You need to turn and run as fast as you can. Turn and run like you do there. And then kick him out like you do on power. Get your head down on his hip and kick him out. Because notice what happens. This is why this is such a good play. It opens a natural seam on the backside where he can run the ball right there. That's why dive cap is really, really good. But we got to run it correctly. One thing I spent a lot of time on this on talking about the defensive side. Jaden, this is not good. Okay, yeah, you came in here and you made a tackle in the backfield, but your job is to get a base technique on the tackle. That is your job. Yeah, you made a tackle in the backfield display. But the next time they're going to come out, they're going to run sweep your way. And with you dipping all the way into A gap, there's going to be a huge crease right here, and they're going to run it for a touchdown. You need to stay disciplined and do your job every single play. And if that is doing a base technique and getting in front of your guy and making sure they don't get up to linebackers, then that is your job. You cannot be greedy and selfish and running into the backfield when you have a base technique and trying to make a play. That is not your job. If I see you do that, I'm taking you off the field. If you are going to be selfish and not be a team player and do your job, I'm going to take you off of the field and you will not play. So Jaden, just because you make a tackle there, I'm still taking you off because you are not doing your job, which is doing a base technique. Okay. And if we need to do our job because that's consistent. You doing this, yeah, you make a tackle one play, but the next play they're scoring a touchdown. That's not consistent. Okay. We want to consistently stop them where they get a 0-yard gain every play, then they punt it, then we go score. That's consistent. We do our job. We stay square. We're on the line of scrimmage. And Jaden, it's not just you. This is just an example that I see now, but it's Austin LaFleur doing the same thing. Okay. It's a ton of guys. All of us up front here, we're getting too greedy. We're getting our eyes in the backfield. We're not doing our job. We're slanting inside when we're supposed to have a base technique, and we're getting too greedy, and it's going to kill us in a game. Okay. We have to do our job. Okay. That's the end of that. Next one. Okay, here we're running power. Charlton, this is awesome. Charlton, awesome. Notice, butt of the tackle, his helmet. This is how tight you need to be. Charlton, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. This is exactly how power should look, or any kick out should look. Guards, all linemen, look at this. This is us on trap and counter. Okay, that is how tight we need to be. There is no way that this guy is going to be inside of us if this is what we're doing. Notice Charlton has his outside foot up. He has his hip or his shoulder down on the hip, and he wheels this guy out. The only way that this guy can go is upfield. This is excellent, excellent, excellent. I love it. That's exactly how it should look. Okay, Jaden, I already have a dot here because your first step is awesome. Okay, man block for tackles. This is exactly what it should be, an inside step. So because if this guy slants in, we can wash him down. That's your first step. Okay, after you take that first step, if you see him fire out right at you, then it's just a one-on-one man-on-man block, and you got to drive him straight back and take him where he wants to go. Okay, but we have to win that battle. Jaden, you stop moving your feet. You stop driving him, so we do not get any movement. Okay, we need to get movement on him. So take that step. He fires off at you. Now you got to just drive him. Get your hands inside. Get lower than he is, which you're not. Okay, and now we need to start driving him off the ball. Okay, looking at you, Pacer. Pacer, this is the play where you finally get on the hip. You still pivot with your foot, and you don't take a step here, which isn't good. But look when you get on the hip. Look, look, look. You punch the hip. Now look, we get lateral movement. Do you see how he moved laterally and he's out of the way, and you created the gap just because you punched his hip, and you stay on your track and you get up to the linebacker? This is excellent, Pacer. This is how it needs to look every single time. Okay, Vinci, I spent quite a while talking about this. This is not good. For your chip block, you need to take a lateral step, second step to the crotch, and Pacer's pushing this guy into your gap, so you need to stay on him. You need to throw him into your gap and then drive him past the tackle. Okay, Owen, looking at you. Owen, I can already tell you're staring at your linebacker. Your helmet is turned. Do not do that, because this guy's going to pick up on it, and he's going to know where the play is going. Look straight ahead, Owen, and look at him with your peripheral vision. Okay, don't turn your head. Okay, but you skip pull, which is great. Stay even tighter. Owen, stay even tighter to this. We need you right off his butt. Even tighter. Okay, see this space? We don't want any space on our pull. No space on our pull. Even on our skip pull, we want to stay as tight as we can to the wall, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to stay tight. We got to make sure that we can match that. Okay. But pacer, this is an open window. Guards, this is an open window. Stop it right here. Owen has his eyes in the gap. This is an open window. This is where you can run through it, pacer, because this is open, and be a wrecking ball. Look at Owen. So yes, he sees ugly jersey in his gap. He's going to run right through it to his linebacker. This is awesome. This is how you are a wrecking ball in an open window. Okay, hit the first ugly jersey to your linebacker, and we get push. This is awesome. That's exactly how it should look as a pulling guard, going through an open window. But notice it's open because there's green grass. If he was over here, it would be closed, and then he would bounce out to the next open window. Okay, looking at Carson, you need to step down even farther. You need to be hip to hip. If you're hip to hip here, Carson, you would actually block him and block him, because we got a nice tight wall here. All right. Okay, but notice what we got going on. We got a wall here, and we're trying to create a wall here. All right. We still get pretty decent push. We still get another 3-4 yard gain, which is awesome. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Next play. Running power again. Jaden, you don't take that inside step like you did last time. You kind of hop. Inside step, then outside. Find out what he's going to do, and then go drive him off the ball or wash him down the line of scrimmage. Okay, same thing. You're too high. Okay, get your head on his number, get your hands inside, drive him off the ball. We can't give up. We can't get pushed back like this. Okay. Pacer, you're not on the hip, so we don't get movement. Or not as much as we would like. Get down on the hip again, and you pivot your foot. Vinji, your feet are not good. Remember, I already drew it here. Lateral step, second step to the crotch. Throw him into your gap. Throw him into your gap, Vinji. Okay. So he's not over into your gap. You got to get your butt in between him and the play. Got to create a wall. Cisco, you can stay even tighter here to the wall. See how there's space. Get as tight as you can to the wall, because that's where he's going to be. Okay. Because we want to run the ball right there. That's what we're trying to do. Raymond, step down hard. Good. This is a very nice wheel and seal. Okay. You could be a little bit tighter, but this is pretty good. And now the only place you can go is outside. Okay. Look, there's a wall. There's the wall. Run the ball right there. Guys, this is wide. This is power without an H. We're reading this guy. Quarterback is reading this guy. Okay, so watch. He's looking at him, and based off what he does, he could either give it or he can run it downhill. He should have ran it downhill. He shouldn't have given it. He should have ran it downhill, because look at that hole. Next play, he does that. Okay, we run the same play here. All right. Jaden, once again, step with that inside foot, then outside foot, then drive this guy straight back. Okay, we cannot get driven back like this. You need to drive him off the ball. We need to win that battle. Pacer, you need to be down on the hip. Same thing. Vinji, you're trying to take this guy over, buddy. So we should not be so far out here. We should be tight. Watch Ben as he do it, and you're trying to throw him into your gap. Okay, we need to have our hips together. Look at this double team. Look at our hips. That's not good at all. We need to have our hips tight, and you need to try to throw him into your gap, because nobody gets up to this linebacker. We can't, because we don't have a tight double team. He's able to split this. Okay. Cisco, same thing. You can stay even tighter here. I already drew that up there the last time, but you do get to your linebacker, which is very nice. Raymond, very good. But you need to get your butt in between the play and him. So turn all the way. Okay, it's like a log block. The only way he can go is that way. All right, turn all the way. But notice what happens. We keep the ball this time. Look what happens. Okay, good things happen right here. Especially with this fake, because look, 1, 2, 3, almost 4, think that he has the ball. Okay, and we can run power inside. So that's very nice. Okay, here we're running, we are running dive, sorry. Run and dive. So Jaden, you got your chip block, I already drew it here. Take a step to the play side, second step to the crotch. You have your eye on this linebacker, okay? Now, if this linebacker was on the line of scrimmage, you would have the base block, but you do a good job here, Jaden. But you just got to fix your feet. You kind of just hop. It should be, trust yourself, Jaden. I believe that you know what to do. Okay, your chip block is one step, second step to the crotch. Just trust yourself and do it. Okay, and we get this double team, and then you end up coming off like you're supposed to and getting in that chip block. But do it right away, Jaden. You got to trust in yourself and believe that you know what you're doing, and then do it. We can't have any tentativeness out of this. Okay, just trust that you know what you're going to do, and then go do it. Execute it. Okay. Pacer, you do your hop again. Okay, you hop, which isn't good, but you get to your guy. You're too high. We're too soft here. You need to have your head down on the play side number and drive this guy off the ball. Okay, I know Jaden doesn't help you by not giving you room to take him over, but that's what we need to do. Okay, Vinci, you're too slow with your second step again. Second step is too slow. One, you don't get that second step in the ground. Okay, watch Ben as he does it, sorry. But we do get that double team here, which is, it looks decent. Okay, and you are working up to your play side backer, which is good. But we need to get off sooner. Okay. Once he triggers downhill, we need to get off and go block him. Okay. Once you see him trigger right there, we need to get off and go block him. Why is this not working? Okay, Cisco, you need to get your head on the other side right away. Okay, you need to take 2 shuffle steps. Your second step goes up field a little bit there, 2 shuffle steps, and then go attack vertically and get your head on the other side. Riemann, your second step doesn't get in the ground right away. Notice that you cross your feet over. Okay, there's your feet. That's not a good position. You want to stack your feet. You need to be underneath them. That's why you get blown off the ball there, Raymond, is because your feet are not good and you're not low enough. Okay, but I do see that you're trying to work to the next play side backer, which is good. We just got to fix our feet. Next one. Okay, we're running jet to the left. Jet to the left. Okay, he is off the ball. He's off the ball. So we got a chip, which is good. Scoop, chip, scoop, and backside tackle on jet, sweep, and toss. You can rip up to the first backer play side. Carson, feet are not good. We need a bucket step. Everyone needs to bucket step, bucket step, bucket step, bucket step. Okay. Everyone needs to bucket step their first step and get on their track. Okay. Hold on. Someone's calling me. Who's calling me? Okay. This is going to be my last one here, guys, that I'll do. So we got to make sure that we bucket step and get on our track, or 45-degree track. So Parsi, you need to do that. Get on your 45-degree track so Cisco can take him over. Cisco, I do like what you do here. You crowd surf this, okay? You crowd surf it where you see his hip disappears over into Carson's gap. It's like he slanted outside, and then you just stay on your track, okay? And you work up to linebacker, and that's perfect. That's what we're looking for, okay? Ben, this is decent. Make sure we don't get too vertical. That's pretty good there. I like that. And Ben, I like how you see that your linebacker flies out. He flies out, so you turn back. That's exactly what you need to do. Perfect. Okay. Landall, get your head to the play side armpit. Make sure you get all the way across. Okay, we're not there yet. Vinci, rip up to the next backer. Okay. I'm going to stop it right there. Hopefully that's enough for you guys to see and have some examples in your head. And I'll see you guys tonight.